So what we're getting today is we're going to get the freestone yellow peaches, and what that does is it makes a huge difference. When you select a peach, you want to make sure it's free of blemishes and bruises, because that will make a huge difference in the process when you're cooking it. When you do something called blanching, which is where it's a quick boil, and once it rolls and boils for a bit, and then you immerse it in cold water with ice, then the skin just comes right off. And then if it's got no blemishes or bruises on it, then the skin comes right off. If you've got a blemish or something, it sticks to it, and then you got this mess, okay? And then when you cut it in half, whether you're going to can it in slices or whether you're going to mash it up and make a jam or a marmalade, you want to be able to open it. In these freestone ones, what that basically means is that the middle pit comes right out. It doesn't stick to the fruit. Sometimes when you get some other peaches or nectarines, make sure you look for freestone, because that makes a huge difference in your cooking process. So we got our peaches. All right, so now one of the other types of marmalades, if you like a marmalade, I'm here at Trinidad Fruit, and they have the best citrus, seriously. And they're also, juicing some fresh orange juice there. The Valencia orange is extremely sweet, it's delicious, and orange marmalade is a little different than the process of making an actual jam or a jelly or a puree. You're actually going to be using not only the juice of the orange, you're going to be using some of the pulp, but you're actually going to be also using the skin. So there is some of the skin that you put in there. If you've ever had orange marmalade, you'll notice there's strips of skin in there, and that gives it that tangy, really delicious flavor. So
there's a lot of flavor in the skin?
A lot of flavor in the skin. It's a little tangier. The juice is has a little sweeter flavor, and I am a believer of the more natural the sweetness is in the marmalade or the jelly or the puree, just the better it is. I really try to stay away from white sugar, but unfortunately sometimes you have to use it. A lot of the pectins that you buy in the store are specifically for white sugar. So if you want to get a different kind of pectin that works better with a more natural sugar or honey or something like that, you'll have to actually buy a commercial grade of pectin, which is actually pH balanced pectin, and we'll be talking a little bit more about that also at the demonstration. How's that? Am I doing all right? Okay. Let's grab a couple of plums. These are the black plums, and I'm here at Sal Orchards, and this is where I'm getting the plums. These are a little bit harder, and so it's going to be a little bit more tart. But when you have a harder plum that's tart, a little more tart, you're going to have to blanch these, but these take a little work. You might even need a potato peeler or something to help take the skin off of these. But you puree these. So a hand blender is a great way to puree these, and you make a really nice jam. I like to mix plums with nectarines or peaches. It makes a really interesting blend for jams and sauces. And then I'm also going to grab a couple of Bartlett pears. And I don't know if you like this, but I love pear butter. And pear butter is a little different because it is a puree. It's almost like baby food. But when you add things like nutmeg and cinnamon, it gives it a really beautiful flavor on your toast in the morning. You can put it on your English muffins. Pretty soon we'll have something out here called arepas, which is a kind of a cornmeal English muffin. It's very South American. It's great on top of that as well. And so this is the fruit we're going to be talking about today at our stone fruit canning demonstration. So come and meet me over at the area, and we're going to talk about how to can your fruit. All right? Thanks. It's a great way to preserve the wonderful season of fruits that we have right now. Because in the winter time, when you hit October, well, actually when you hit about November, December, January, you're going to be wishing you had a fresh peach. You're going to be wishing you were going to be tasting these delicious black plums. One great way, and wow, and look at these strawberries. One great way to make sure that you get to enjoy the season's fruits all year long is through canning. So a simple method is the hot pack method, which is basically we're going to be boiling and adding sugar and things like that. So